All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Cringe-Astrophic Disclosure with your one and only Marco Reviews. Anyway, let's go check out what's going on today, which is horrendous. It is really, really bad. So watch out. There's this new guy, and he is a fraud. He is a real fraud. And, well, that's why I always tell you guys stay safe, because the things he's talking about could really potentially put your life at risk. So anyway, we have this thing here with, and again, I usually am a big fan of PBD and the PBD podcast, but today the guy that he brought over is a fraud and very, very problematic for all of us. Anyway, there are some things that they said that was pretty interesting, like don't drink tap water because it's got chlorine and it's got fluoride in it. Okay, fine, that part was pretty good. But again, if RFK Jr. has somebody like Paul Saladino in his ear, we have big, big problems. And so we gotta make sure that this doesn't go down, because when anybody, and I said anybody, recommends that the problem with your diet is that you're not having enough lard, butter, possibly coffee. What was the other thing that he wanted you to eat? I can't remember. I think I put it over here. Milk, raw milk. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. If anybody is asking you to add those things to your diet, they're obviously not trying to help you live longer. And it makes perfect sense that Paul Saladino has a beef with Brian Johnson, because someone like Brian Johnson and someone like whatever, the Sugar Queen, somebody like Peter Diamandis would know that adding lard, adding butter, and adding regular milk directly from the cow is dangerous because of parasites. Parasites. It's part of the same reason why some folks don't want you to eat raw beef, basically raw animal products in general. It's because they've got parasites. But that would be good if you're paid off by big food, because then you could sell ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, stuff like that. Ulterior drugs that are basically dewormers. So effective in many other ways for different things. So I'm not saying that those are bad drugs, but if you start pumping your insides with lard, big tubs of lard, butter, raw animal products of any kind, etc., you're going to get worms. Worms are not good for you, or parasites are not good for you, as well as so many different types of bacterial and fungal infections that you might get from dairy and other things, because, again, you're getting them raw. Cook your meat. Always cook your meat thoroughly. Anyway. So yeah, this guy is obviously a big fraud, but again, he's very successful in whatever he's doing, and his message has some good things in there. For instance, he talks about don't go for all those diet sodas, diet yogurt, diet sodas, diet whatever. Just don't, because they've got all these artificial sweeteners, which are really bad. And anything that's overprocessed tends to be really bad for you. Anyway, so yeah, I had to make this quick video and stuff for you guys, because I am very worried that if RFK has this Paul Saladino in his ear, oh boy, it's going to be bad. Because on one side, he's going to maybe remove a bunch of chemicals from our water system and promote, like remove the dyes from our food 100%. Take the dyes out. Because you know what the dyes could do to you, right? If you mix them in the wrong way, the dye can actually be turned into mustard gas. Yay! Because everybody wants mustard gas in their food. But anyway, so yeah, don't eat Fruit Loops. Don't eat any of those things that have weird dyes in them. I don't know if Smarties have dyes in them, but anyway, be careful with all the extremely colored foods that you're eating. And for God's sake, if you're gonna have animal foods, make sure that you churn out all the fat, that you cut out all the fat, and that you cook your meat well so you don't get all kinds of different uh, bugs and parasites and funguses living or fungi living inside your body, because then you will need ivermectin and hydrochloroquine to save you. Anyway, thanks for watching another episode of Cringe Disclosure, and please stay safe. Please. These people are dangerous.